The world's best shore dive in the Cayman Islands provides spectacular light shows, narrow swim-throughs and schools of tarpon in today's episode on the DiveSAGA channel. We find ourselves on the island of Grand Cayman, a tiny island part of the Cayman Islands located in the Caribbean south of Cuba. I'm here to check out Eden Rock and Devil's Grotto because I have been told that this is supposed to be one of the best shore dives in the world and the best in the Cayman Islands. So I packed my camera and my scuba gear and headed to Eden Rock Dive Center, conveniently located right on the waterfront with direct shore access to Eden Rock and Devil's Grotto dive sites.
Eden Rock and Devil's Grotto are often quoted as some of the world's most amazing shore dive sites, so I'm excited to find that out today. It almost ceased to exist because behind me you see part of the cruise terminal, and there were plans for serious extension, but the local inhabitants petitioned the extension and actually successfully halted it, probably saving Devil's Grotto in the process.
Devil's Grotto and Eden Rock are two rock structures part of the same reef system. For all intents and purposes, they are really one and the same dive site with two different names, basically depending on which direction you dive into from the buoy. For snorkelers and certified divers, diving here could not be more convenient. You walk up to the front desk, pay the entrance fee, grab some scuba cylinders and set up your dive equipment right here at the water's edge. No boats, not even sand. It really is that easy. Conditions are often gentle in the Cayman Islands, and we've been promised some excellent visibility.
Let's see what Devil's Grotto is all about.
Once in the water, it's as easy as doing some quick camera checks and leisurely swimming out to the buoy that marks the dive site, while enjoying the views of Georgetown.
Devil's Grotto is also really known for its beautiful sunbeams penetrating the grotto. But for that, I'm gonna need some clouds to move so we can get some pretty sunshine.
As soon as the cloud cover moves, we are ready to dive and navigate our way from the buoy towards Devil's Grotto. The visibility is exactly as advertised. You'll find many episodes on this channel where conditions are challenging, but not today. This is textbook Caribbean diving with calm cyan blue waters and sightlines as far as the eye can see. After a short swim, we find our first swim through. How one would classify caves, caverns and swim-throughs is debatable, but these channels have clear access to the surface, creating a mesmerizing light show as the light peeks through the openings in the rock structures overhead. The key is to dive dead slow, avoid contact with the environment to maintain visibility, and enjoy the view. Schools of tarpon are known to hang out on this dive site, and we run into them almost immediately. The tarpon fish is a large carnivorous saltwater fish with distinct large flat scales and a large lower jaw. Fossil research shows that tarpon have been swimming in our oceans since prehistoric times. They can reach sizes up to 8 feet and can weigh up to 280 pounds. Novice divers sometimes mistake them for sharks when seeing them from afar, but their shiny scales and small pectoral fins are a clear giveaway that they are not. The dive site's layout can be a bit of a maze, but with this type of visibility, it is very difficult to get lost. Besides the coral stands and swim-throughs, there are also extensive sand patches for those who like cruising along the substrate. Sadly, the boulder corals here in the Cayman Islands have also been battling stony coral tissue loss disease, just like almost everywhere else in the Caribbean. In a previous episode, we have discussed the efforts in the Bay Islands of Honduras surrounding this disease, but here at Devil's Grotto, some of the negative impacts are visible. Nevertheless, we find plenty of healthy corals and reef structures. The cracks, crevices and swim-throughs at Eden Rock and Devil's Grotto offer a great opportunity for anyone with diving experience to see if cavern diving is something for them. The swim-throughs here are short and wide enough to dive through them safely without taking unreasonable risk. Again, good buoyancy control is a must, and it's always smart to monitor your air supply closely when engaging in activities like this. But most divers will surely get a kick out of exploring these honeycomb structures, including me. I've dived some spectacular caves, caverns and cenotes, and a dive site can always seduce me with a good light show, like here. Historically, these caverns were filled with schools of silver sides, thousands of small silver baitfish. Unfortunately, for a few years these silver sides are nowhere to be seen, and nobody seems to know why. The tarpon, however, love to keep us company. It is worth noting that most of this dive site is no deeper than 10 meters or 33 feet, and most of it even shallower. So this being a shore dive, if you have decent air consumption, you can spend a lot of time exploring or taking pictures. It's even worth diving the swim-throughs in different directions, as the light beams change the shape of the environment depending on the angle you observe them from. In some areas, the swim-throughs get incredibly narrow. Definitely use your judgment to decide which passages work for you. I'm having a blast. Photography is somewhat challenging in these caverns because the inside is dark, but the light penetrating through the openings is very, very bright. The tarpons are a great subject too, but their shiny scales reflect the strobe lights, which can overexpose the picture, so several attempts are a must. Make sure to head over to the DiveSAGA Instagram page to check out some of the photos we take during these adventures. As we get closer to the shallows, schools of sergeant majors put on a show. A little bit further, schools of Creole wrasse and black gurgeons do the same. After an 80-minute dive, we are just about ready to call it a day. As we approach the buoy, a barracuda seems to be waiting for us. He looks as if he's been expecting us and is ready for us to get out of the water.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had as good a time as I did enjoying this dive. Remember to subscribe to the DiveSAGA channel. You can click the bell icon for notifications. I'll see you next time.